I want you to think about something, right? I want you to think about how if you feel that you need anything, right? If you feel you need something, that is the way that people can control you, right? If you feel you need a particular thing, a circumstance, situation, an object, whatever, if you feel you need that thing, that place, that person, that circumstance, you can be controlled, you can be manipulated because you feel you actually need it, right? So, for example, let's say if you are an artist, right? And I know that it's your dream to be rich and famous and get all this praise for your music, and you feel you need that to happen in order for you to be happy, then it's easy for me to control you. It's easy for me to manipulate you. It's easy for me to seduce you, right? I can say, hey, I can give you this contract and sign here and take all these things, right? And because I know that you feel you need it, then it's easy for me to get you to do what I want, right? In exchange for me giving you those things you feel you need, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting certain things, right? You might want that contract or want the money and want the praise and all. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting it. But the thing is, if you feel that you actually need it, or else you won't be happy or you won't be fulfilled, then it's easy for me to control you or anyone to control you. You see what I'm saying? See, what you got to understand is that if you don't feel like you need anything, if you have the feeling of I don't really need anything, then it's hard for you to be controlled. You understand? It's hard for you to be manipulated. It's hard for you to be seduced into doing something, right? But when a person can tell that you want something, or I should say a person can tell that you feel you need something really, really bad, they'll find ways to be able to get you to do certain things or to control you in order for that person to benefit off of, manipulating you or whatever it is like that, right? It could be even something, for example, let's say you feel the need to have a certain image, right? And let's say somebody says, well, I know something about you. If I told people or I exposed it, then you'd be embarrassed, right? So you feel the need to keep up this image so you don't want to be embarrassed, right? Now, if you don't give a shit about being embarrassed because you don't give a fuck and you're like, well, I don't really care. Tell them the shit. Who gives a fuck, right? Because if you don't feel the need to keep up that image, then you're not going to care if they tell or if they expose you. But if you feel the need to keep up the image, then what's going to happen is that you are going to be, controlled by that person because you're at their mercy so that they don't expose the thing so you can keep up the image because you feel you need that image. You see what I'm saying? So anytime that you are, right, in a situation where you feel you need something, then you are easily controlled. A lot of times you have people who won't criticize certain people in certain positions because they feel they need those people, right? And in some situations in their life, they might actually need those people at that moment or feel they need those people at that moment for certain things like for finances, to keep their job, to keep a certain standing in a situation, right? But what happens is that if you're free from the feeling of needing a certain thing, then no one can control you, no one can manipulate you, right? See, this is how it works. A lot of times what people will do is that they will, try to play on your insecurities, right? And then what'll happen is that they'll say, hey, you know what? I know you're insecure about this or you're feeling this type of way. And you feel you need this certain thing to make you feel secure, right? So you're insecure and you feel you need this certain thing to be secure. So now I will give you this thing to make you feel secure, but there's a price. The price is I have to control you. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that if you're the type of person who doesn't feel they need anything, right? You might want certain things and you say, I want this. If I get it, cool. If I don't, whatever, right? If I get it, cool. If I don't, cool. It doesn't matter. If you're that type of person, you're free. But if you're the type of person where you're insecure, you feel you need this thing to be secure, The person who holds the thing that you need to feel secure, if they give it to you, they control you, right? If you feel they have what you want, or I should say have what you need, or you think you need, right? Then it's easy for them to control you, manipulate you, seduce you, all this other stuff, right? It's just like even in, relationships of the romantic sense, where it's like a person can tell that you're insecure and you feel the need, like you need love. And so what happens is that person is going to show you certain things or do certain things to fulfill that need, right? But then they take it away and then they'll give it back and they'll take it away. So they're essentially controlling you based on that insecurity you have and based on that feeling of you need that thing, right? See, the key to all this is this, right? Is you want to get to the point where you don't feel like you need anything. You understand? You don't feel like you need anything. Because the thing is that if you're attaching your sense of self-worth, your sense of happiness to feeling like you need certain things, then whatever that thing is that you feel you need, you're going to be controlled by that. You're going to be controlled by the circumstance. You're going to be controlled by the person, people, whatever the fuck it is. But if you are like, hey, listen, I want this or I want that. If I get it, cool. If I don't get it, cool. It is what it is. Then you are not going to be controlled by anything, by anyone, by any circumstance. And then that's when you're actually free. See, if you're at a point where you feel like you need anything, understand that you are never going to be free. Never. So what I suggest is look at your life and say, what are the things that I feel I need to be happy? Why am I attached to that? If I don't get this quote unquote need met, will I be okay? Am I gonna be fine? Right? And what it is that if you drop the feeling of needing things, right, then you'll actually be free. But if you continue to feel that you need certain things, you're always going to be caught up, always going to be controlled, always going to be feeling like that you are not free.